This will be my final review on the Shields S21. I don't know how well light that's actually giving. Oh well, it's kind of light here, but anyways, I believe that's the Norwegian Air Force paint scheme right there. This is the box. This is what I used, the paint scheme I used. This time I'm going to go over the products that I did use to build this and some of the ways I did some stuff. So yeah, let's get that out of the way. Okay, let's start off with the paint. So on the interior, I used, this is an acrylic paint. This is IGN gray. I don't know what IGN means, it's just a dark gray. Tamiya acrylics. Bought it from my hobby shop for about $3. Exact Stuff 77. A good paint. I would have done it in a light gray, but my light gray didn't really show up very well. So I painted all the interior parts first while on the sprue, using that. Then on all the instruments, I believe I ended up using the gloss instead of the flat on the instruments. But basically, this is basic tester paint. It's enamel. Oh yes, I forgot. I used this brush on the gray, and basically a decent sized brush. I then used a Tamiya X20A thinner, which you could really just use water to thin down the paint, acrylic paints. Not that big of a deal. No. Forgot about one thing. Yeah. Okay. This is black. One is gloss and one is flat. Probably about $2. Anyway you go. My model shop actually doesn't carry it. You can pick this up at basically any craft shop that carries models. Michaels, if you have a Michaels around where you live, carries tester paint. So I outlined all the instruments, and I used this. It's a cocktail stick. Just a cocktail stick. Just dip the tip of it in the cap. You shake all these paints up before you do it to mix them, because the solid settles down to the bottom and the liquid stays at the top. So you want to mix it up, because the solid's what's actually the paint. And I just, if I got a big giant glob, I just take it on this there and tap it around. Now, I used a combination of blue, white, and yellow for the instruments. I used the same method. To thin down enamels, you use a basic paint thinner, Mineral Spirits. Yes, that says it's flammable. I have a big jar of it over here. You can buy it at any Home Depot. This is that's a peanut butter can or jar, and still have this big tin can. This has lasted me a few years. Good to have around. You use blue, white, and yellow to do all the various instruments. And I then, using tweezers, just put the fragile parts in there very carefully. I used a combination of the liquid Tamiya extra thin cement, which is liquid. I used tester tube glue for parts that I couldn't hold together. Basically, the way you use this is you hold the two pieces together, and while they're together and touching, you take this and you dab it on there. It's quick drying. This, you just put it on one of the parts and put the parts together. So yeah, we have that covered. I then put the... Oh, I had to... There was some flash on the main fuselage half, so I had to take this knife and just cut it away. Air intake I painted flat black. Then it came to the booms. Those went on. I used... Okay, and then it comes to painting the outside. These are Model Master paints. I believe it was Model Master. I should have said something about that. But Model Master, I used Italian brown, I believe. Italian dark brown. Olive drab. And Gulf Armor sand. U.S. Gulf Armor sand. And I used this brush to do it. And I used this brush to outline and this one to fill in. And I used this Mineral Spirit. I'm waiting on to finish up this bottle to move on to the big jar. Yeah, that's all that's been done. So after that, I forgot I chopped off the nose. And when I'm separating the pieces, I'm using these pairs of clippers. I'm using this knife actually to trim stuff. And I then went to go and decal. I do have something to say. These were supposed to go on it, about the decals. These were supposed to go on it, but they did not fit the rudder, because they were supposed to go on the rudder. Did not fit, and they also just did not work out very well. Mainly because they kind of tore easily on me. But yeah, I then went and took the Model Master, is this what? Silver? Chrome Silver. Model Master Chrome Silver, I have found, is the most metallic paint I have found that's unpolishable. Where you don't have to polish it. Which I love that. Because we did not have a very good experience with the whole polishable metal paints. Then I painted and glued on the canopy. I used Formula 560 to glue on the canopy. It's a clear glue, canopy glue. But if you don't want to buy an expensive thing, I find that just Elmer's glue works. That's not even Elmer's glue, that's cheaper. Yeah, I think some of you guys might want to see the model. Now, this is the model. Very beautiful looking model. I did have a bit of a problem with nose weight. Because since tricycle style landing gear, which is where you have the one gear in the front and two on the side, all the weight is typically, most weight's typically back here, so it wants to tip back. I can't do it on this one. So what most people do is they put weights in the nose. This is the nose. There was not enough space in there for me to put any weight in the nose. So I took a piece of the sprue, cut it, and I put it there as a tail bump. I did not weather it, as they only made one, and I kind of wanted it to look like it was new. Actually, I made it so new where the... I'm trying to get into good lighting here. Landing gear doors would not go on. I lost that gear door, and those two on the nose wheel did not go on. So I just decided, why not make it like it? They're still working on it a bit. So yeah. It was a fun little build. I built it in like 3 days. I would give it maybe a school 3. It took me a day maybe to build. It would take somebody with good experience a day, moderate probably about 2. It took me about 2 to 3 days. Somebody new. It might not be a very good starter for somebody new. If you're new to the hobby, I would suggest the Snap Tights, but if you're new to gluing, go on ahead and buy it. I don't know where you would buy it. I guess online. That's where my grandfather bought it, was online. But yeah, good little kit, odd little kit. Since they only made one of them, it's really making it, it's really weird, especially the shape of the canopy. And for me, this was the first push prop. And first one where the engine was behind the pilot. Actually, no, that's not true. The F-16 was an engine behind the pilot. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And remember to model on.